Hey, Natsu here. Today I decided to do a new what if because, well, I just wanted to. This what if is, well, what if Deku had the power of a Lantern Corpse, but good this time. I started with the evil one, which is an anti-hero, but still goes against the villains. This one is purely good. So this one will have the power of a Green Lantern Corpse, which basically means the more willpower he has, the more strength he's going to get, as well as just getting stronger over time in the series. And so it's pretty much going to start, well, the same way. Um, he is born, he doesn't seems to be born with a quirk. Um, all they know is that he is stronger than normal humans, just like his Red Lantern counterparts. Since a power ring naturally augments your strength, um, if you think about doing it, you gain the ability to fly. You become able to talk to every species anywhere, except if they are animal or stuff like that. So it doesn't really change a lot, except that anyone from other countries, he's going to be able to comprehend them, and just talking normally, he will automatically be um have a voice change to what they understand. Literally nothing like that will happen, but yeah, basically he is born with more strength than a normal human. Over time, practically everything happens the same up until Bakugo gets his quirk. Izuku got over time stronger and stronger, basically having the strength of an adolescent already at age 4, so everyone thinks he has a strength quirk, which doesn't make him weak at all, since he is stronger than any kid right now. So Bakugo doesn't bully him, but he does try to fight him as much as possible because, well, we're talking about Bakugo, and at some point he tried to attack. Well, he went against Deku and went a little too far. So Deku basically wanted to protect himself, and a green bubble appeared around him, protecting him and then popping. They were like, wait, you don't just have a strength quirk. You're able to do bubble now? Whoa, that's cool. Which doesn't bother Bakugo that the only person he sees a rival right now has more power than what he thought. Because, well, he is his rival. So they go to the quirk doctor. They say that his quirks seem to basically only be to be strong, and they don't know what the second thing can do. They knows it can do bubble if someone goes to attack him and that he thinks of protecting himself, but they don't know what else it can do. They only think it's that basically. But Bakugo at some point, let's say like multiple weeks later, they were still fighting and said, why don't you try to give it another form or something? Which Izuku did, and basically for the first time he did another creation. which he basically what he did was basically just a shield because once again he wanted to protect himself. Then he started trying other things. He made boxing gloves, um, different things. Then he started doing giant hand and other things like that to try and beat Bakugo when they were fighting. So over time growing up, his strength basically increased a lot because a Green Lantern, without even needing the light construct, can lift cars pretty easily. Well, all Jordan can, so Deku will as well, and he has a lot of willpower. Like, a lot of it. One thing that I wanted to do at first was do for all 7 lanterns, but I changed my mind and no. Bleh. Sorry about that. At first, I wanted to do all 7 lanterns, but I decided to only do 2 of them. If you want me to do all 7 lanterns lights for Izuku, tell me. I'm probably going to do it if you tell me to do it. Tell me in the comment section. But yeah, so basically right now Izuku's probably able to lift a car without any problem. Like right now they're 10 or something like that. And well, not 10 but like 8 or something. And his strength increase, um how do you say it, exponentially. So if he doubles in strength, he's going to double a second time doing the same thing. Or if it's just over time, he's going to always double his strength after the, like, if in 1 week he increases his strength by 0.1%, not by 0.1%, but by 1.1 time, every week that's the boost he would have over time. So but he basically trains as well with his strength and with his light construct. Um, he basically, um, at the age of 8, can lift a car pretty easily with. He needs both hands, but he doesn't really struggle. He didn't learn how to fly yet, but basically, I think that. Wait, I have to go check something. If I can pause this. Why won't it freaking pause? Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to pause to go look at something, but it doesn't let me. So yeah, I went to check. It is when Izuku was 8 that it happened. Um, wait. Yeah. So All Might got his injury when Izuku was 8, because it was 5 years before the Sludge Villain attack, and Izuku was 13 or 14. I think just before 14 actually. So yeah, near the end of his 8th year. Um, All Might got his scar in that moment, and in this one the battle got more, um, well, had more people seeing it, and had more people filming it, so it got on the internet a lot. And so basically what happened was that All Might got his injury, everyone saw it, Izuku saw it as well. In the fight, All Might won, so everyone was happy, but only some people looked at the video and saw that All Might got really injured, and only some of them thought, wait, he got damage that might be reversible. We have to train. The only people that actually have that are, well, that decided to do that are basically 4 students and 8 heroes. If we don't count those that already knew it in the anime, 6 of those heroes we won't even know about them, since I think we only, since basically let's just say they're in Japan, but mm, yes, they fight and stuff like that, but still, the two that do train more are, um, what was her name? Yeah. Wait, what the hell was its name? Um, well, she's not yet a hero, but Mount Lady, who, well, I think she became a hero like 1 or 2 years before um, the Sludge Villain Attack Day, because they still call her new, so that, but she decided to train more, so she will be a bit more powerful. It won't really come in the story, but still. The other one that saw that All might have an injury is Endeavor. And so he trained a lot more than what he did to get the strength he had in the anime. But yes. So the 4 students that saw the injury were Izuku, which basically always looks at what All Might at All Might's video as if it was super important and he needs to know every detail. Second one is Bakugo because Izuku told him. Third one is Kirishima because he basically, at this point, he still doesn't have, well, he has his quirk, but it's really not that good. But he saw that the number 1 hero got hurt and thought, if I want to become a hero, I have to become stronger, and started to get his quirk stronger a lot earlier. The last one is Todoroki because his father kind of pushed him further. So those are the 4 students that are going to get a lot stronger. Basically, Izuku's already going to be stronger than normal Deku because, well, no shit at this point. Bakugo is going to train a lot, and basically he'll already have his capacity to fly because Izuku gained it like at age 10, which at age 10 he can basically, if he wants to, he can lift like a truck without problem, like multiple tons at this point. He can make multiple light constructs, he can, this is a bit far stretched, but they can do this. He creates a form that basically looks like someone, kind of giving him as well a conscience, and send him doing stuff. Basically, Izuku has to control it himself, but it doesn't need to be attached to the ring, well, to his body. Kirishima basically is already able to, when they get to UA, have his full body hardened, which basically at the start of the anime, when UA starts, he can only harden at he could only harden at once, like 2/3 of about one third or one half of his body, and it wasn't really that strong. Now it's basically full body that he can do, and pretty hard, like nowhere near unbreakable or what he is normally once he unlock unbreakable, but he's still strong. But Todoroki basically augmented the power of his ice by a massive amount and the control he has over it. Once again, he doesn't use his flames because he hates his dad. Endeavor can make Blue Flame a lot easier in this one, since in the normal attack we saw he can do them, but it takes a lot out of him. Now if he wants to, he can attack with those. And Mountlet, you can basically go like 1 1.05 times bigger. Really not a lot, but still. So they do the sludge villain attack. Izuku doesn't get bullied, but he starts going faster to his home. The sludge villain tries to attack him. Izuku bubbles him. All Might arrives. He sees that Izuku's basically holding it in a bubble. He asks him who he is. He tells him that his quirk is good. He asks him if that's the only thing he can do. Then Izuku tells him that no, he can lift multiple tons as well as resist basically gunfire, explosions, electricity, any types of cold. He can swim in lava. He can be in fire. Basically, he can swim in lava, but he doesn't know that because when would he try that? But yeah, he can swim in lava. Um, and he can make any kind of light construct as long as he thinks about them. And the more detailed he knows about them and the more detail he puts into them, the stronger they are. Which does make All Might think, if All for One gets his hand on this quirk, anyone is doomed. Then he tries to ask Deku if, well, basically he goes to ask him if Deku wants his quirk. Izuku basically tells him, don't need it. Then before All Might goes to, then he asks All Might why he would want to do that. Then before showing his, well, scar, Izuku asks, is it because you're starting to get less and less powerful after the damage you got against that guy about 5 years ago? Which All Might is kind of taken aback. Then he says, well, yes, but how do you... Then Izuku basically says that multiple cameras were on scene and there was a lot of videos that got filmed. Him and his friend Bakugo basically saw him get damaged before the videos were taken down. Um, then All Might said, okay, but still, you could take my quirk and increase yours, which Izuku says, I don't really need it. I'm already pretty strong, and with my light construct, I can pretty much block anything. As long as I'm sure that I can do it, I pretty much am able to make something practically unbreakable. But if you really want to give your quirk to someone, my friend Bakugo could probably take it. His quirk is called Explosion. Then he basically explains Bakugo's quirk, which All Might decides to accept. And Izuku calls Bakugo All Might transformed, telling him that it's just how he normally looks like. Um, Izuku asks All Might if there's a specific place he would want to meet, and he says a beach. Then he tells him tomorrow at a certain hour at Dogaba Beach. Bakugo accepts because basically Izuku said there's a hero that I met and I told him about you and he wants to meet you. So Bakugo is really like, oh fuck yeah, I'm going there. Yeah, sorry if I um say fuck or stuff like that a lot. I've been watching some British show when I'm Canadian and I've been watching a YouTube channel that's British and they do it a lot. So I'm kind of stuck in that for now. Sorry about that. But yeah, so basically, um, Izuku and All Might go to a police station. All Might acts, acts as if he was just a civilian. When they arrived, basically, Izuku said that um, he just used his quirk to protect himself and this man, pointing to Toshinori, All Might, and that since no hero was near him, he just kind of brought him Devil indirectly here. The police were happy that he did that, but kind of mad anyway because he used his quirk. Toshinori said he just protected me and himself. Don't worry about it. So basically, they bring something to keep him in for now. Izuku places him in it, then he leaves. Toshinori tells him um, goodbye and that they'll see each other tomorrow. The next day, basically, they go there, and when they get there and Bakugo sees Toshinori, he asks, "Who's this? I've never seen a hero like him." Then he also asks Izuku why there's so much trash on the beach. Then Izuku says, "This is a secret, so don't say it to anyone," but that's All Might. With Bakugo basically saying, "All Might?" But they look nothing alike. Which All Might then buffs up, and Bakugo's kind of just like going fanboy because his temper is more controlled since Izuku is there, well, was there to keep him in check all of their life, since Izuku is a lot stronger than Bakugo, since Bakugo can't even harm him. So, All Might basically tells him that he wants to give him his quirk, explain one for all the story, and then tells Bakugo that if he accepts it, he's going to have to clean the beach before taking it to make sure that his body is ready. So Bakugo accepts, he takes off his shirt to start cleaning the beach, and All Might sees that he has a lot of muscle. Then Izuku says, "I'm going to take care of what's underwater," which All Might asks him if it's truly alright, which Bakugo says, well, he can breathe underwater, resist fire, stuff like that. Pretty sure he's going to be okay. Then All Might decides to tell him, "Okay, but I don't want you to use your light's construct if you do that. So grab stuff and bring them out of the water to augment your strength like that." Which he does. So Izuku takes off his shirt, which he basically sees that both of them are freaking ripped. Like, both of them have bodies that are stronger than their normal body in the anime. Hell, Izuku looks like he trained all his life when he basically did. And Bakugo looks like, well, he has like 2 times the muscle mass he has in the anime. So they do that, and let's say that it takes Izuku like a month to clear the entire underwater of the beach since it goes really far. And that after that happened, he started helping Bakugo a bit, and after 2 months, in the 10 months of training, the beach was completely clean, so All Might gave Bakugo one for all. Then he wanted to train with him, but Izuku said, keep your strength. I'm pretty sure you're going to need it if you want to keep doing hero work. I'm going to train with him. So just give us advice or stuff like that, and it's going to be pretty okay. Which All Might accept because, yeah, it's true. I need to keep my powers for as long as possible. So for the next 8 months, basically Bakugo trains with One for All. When he first got it, basically he went to use it on his arm, and Izuku told him, whoa, wait, which Bakugo stopped, asked what it was, and he said, why don't you just use it around your entire body instead of just on your hand? I'm pretty sure it would break you. Which Bakugo thought about it and was like, it's true that if I use all of the strength that All Might has in a single arm, probably going to rip it off. Then Izuku decides to try something and basically makes a light construct around Bakugo's body that basically that acts like a super item to basically absorb a lot of shock that One for All is going to cause, and tells Bakugo try using that, but try to restrain the power. He places it around his entire body and just thinks not fully, and then throws a punch. He feels it in his arm, like a lot. It didn't break, and the armor that um, Deku made around him basically cracked at that moment, almost broke. So after that, basically Izuku started telling him, try to make it like percentage of it to make sure that you don't break your bones. Like Bakugo could probably control like 8% without breaking his bone, thanks to the muscle mass and strength he already has, but not fully. So basically, Izuku tells him to put it around his entire body, control it, and then start lowering it, then making it go back up, and like percentage by percentage, and see when his body starts kind of hurting. Which All Might was looking at that and was like, this boy is teaching him how to use it. How does he know how to do it? Then he asked Deku, and Deku basically explained that if he wants to, he can send more power to his through his body, basically using his light construct, but just to boost his own body. And that if he puts too much in his body, he basically start having trouble with it, and that when he does it, he basically use it as like percentage of what he would use normally, and basically just say that's what I'm trying to teach him. Because remember, Izuku doesn't have a power ring. He's basically the lantern in itself. He is the power that it owns, and he can use it. He can use it, so he can send it through his body to boost himself. Basically, a power ring sends the energy through your entire body at once, and basically it's always there. Izuku can basically control how much he decides to put in it, and he basically always tries to go as low as possible to not basically hurt people he's fighting with. And that's basically what's happening there. He's basically telling him to do that in that way. But instead of just to not kill people, to be able to survive it. So for the next 8 months, it's basically that with strength training, until Baku is basically already able to use 10% and control it practically completely. Able to use it to boost his strength. He has full body. Also, he always has like 2 or 3% on him 24/7, trying to make sure that it's constantly running, just to make it easier for him to activate it and augment it when he wants to use it. Yes, 2 or 3% is high for the power of One for All, but if you think correctly about it, he has to learn to control it. So he does that. In the entrance exam, yeah, that's going to be in the next episode. But seriously, they are going to be stronger. Mostly Deku for good reasons. This one is thinking outside the box compared to the other one who uses rage. So he mostly sees with that and with common sense. This one has willpower, which basically leaves you completely normal, and you have access to every other emotional spectrum, just like feeling emotions. So basically, what he does is think differently and trying to think of how he could augment his power or limit himself to not kill people because he saw how strong he was. So yeah, hoped you liked it, and I had fun doing it. So, Natsu, out.